John with Tiny Dancer. LA Woman, seamstress for the band. Great song, great lyrics. It was already put up on there yesterday. They had me put it up there. So we're going to go ahead and go over that real quick. We've got Give It Away, Charity Time. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. That's Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay, so I want to show you some things outside. That's why we're waiting till the daytime. But I want to go over this little message with you first. All right, so we want to give stuff away. We want to give away our talents. We want to give away our charity. We want to give away our time. Okay, then we had be creative, be you, be authentic, stay ambitious, the Page of Pentacles, magic, that's go outside and look at. I want to show you some earth magic. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go out there right now. I'm going to show you some earth magic. Earth magic. Okay, first of all, look at all the flowers going to come out of my cactus. Okay, and then this is just bird food. Hi, Holy. I dump out the bird food here and look at all the beautiful stuff it made. Okay. Then, as I told you, this was my neighbor's in that pot, and I just put it there. This was my neighbor's geranium, and I just put it there. This tree was almost dead. There's my cactuses and aloes, my rose bush. Okay, these are all just humongous. But what I want to show you here, I'm going to have to get a hedger though, because I'm going to have to hedge that down. And I gave away all my gardening tools, so I'm going to have to go buy a hedger eventually. But this tree was dead, totally dead. My husband John at the time was going to take the stump out, and he did not because he passed over and it stayed dead for another year or two. And then I said, I wish I had some grass because this is all green concrete. And this miraculously grew, this grass, and the tree came back to life. So that's why it's titled Let It Happen. Because this whole area right here was totally dead. It was just dirt. And look at it. And then I had them trim this tree. And there's stuff growing in there. This tree is just unbelievable. Look at all this stuff. So what I'm trying to show you here is that this is just freaking amazing. And I didn't put no grass seed in there. None at all. It just grew because I manifested it. Okay? And I'll have to get a hedger for them shrubs. But big deal, no big deal. You go to the store, you buy a hedger. Not a big deal at all. Okay, so yesterday we had this shorts in the grass. Earth magic. Queen of Wands. Okay, we went over that. Give it away. Challenges are you not moving on, okay, you staying stuck. Truth always wins in the end, so stay loyal, brave, and true. Keep balanced. And we had the Queen of Pentacles. You have everything you need. We had the Two of Cups, the soul contract, stay the course. Abundance is coming. Those were all yesterday's, and I want you to watch that shorts, Tiny Dancer, with Elton John and the Rocket Man. Elton John's also got Bitches Back and Candle in the Wind. But I just wanted to show you this because this is freaking amazing. Nobody would ever believe it. You know, totally dead. That whole section there was totally dead. So just let it happen. All of this stuff is started from just being a little baby, and it is just amazing. And I haven't given you an update lately, so I wanted to show you. Everything looked like that, and now it's just totally amazing. So we'll go back in and we'll do a reading. We got a moon up there and an airplane. Can't even see it. I can see it. We got stuff all over in the sky. Here comes the sun. I was up all night wondering where the sun was, and then it dawned on me. Look at that. It's coming up fast right in front of you. So anyway, I wanted to do that here for you. And I just wanted to show you quickly all of them again, because I'm going to show you them when they blossom. And then this tree here I'm letting grow out. It was totally small and cut back, and now I'm letting it grow. I believe it's a pomegranate, and I'm going to have a hedger for that tree too, because it's going to get big. Look how big it is already. I'm just going to let this grow. We're going to keep an eye on it. Don't forget to feed your animals. Those are fake, but yeah. Okay, so we're going to go back in the house and we'll do a reading. Pretty nice, huh? Yeah, it's time to walk that path. Just let it happen. Reminds me of Whitesnake. Here I go again. And this is a pretty picture too here. That was one of our houses. Remember when we made mud houses? Okay, so the next card's out. We've got the Hermit, go within. All right. We got the Hermit, go within, take time making your decisions, maybe get into some solitude. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these and get a whole new reading. Now, the reason why they want you to go to just leave it happen is because if any of you are following social media, and I told you that you really shouldn't be, maybe don't have your head in the sand. Right, don't have your head in the sand, but nothing has happened that they said was going to happen. It's always tomorrow. It's always a false date. I'm not being a doubting Thomas and saying this stuff's not going to happen. I'm just saying that, you know, Easter was supposed to be something and this and that. And it's just, you're seeing that all this shit is just one big to keep you from going within and being that creative person and doing your future here. You're just being distracted. That's about all I can say. So that's why I said yesterday, quit being so predictable, change up your routine. Oops, I started shuffling again because they wanted me to. Okay, I just go with what they say. But we got the sun coming in. It's beautiful. I love the sun shining in on me. Okay, we're going to take this right here and we're going to get your reading. We've got, somebody's got their ego out of check. Right away, I'm going to tell you that. Because I've got the King of Wands in reverse. So with the King of Wands in reverse, somebody's creativity is not good. You're just watching all this stuff on social media and you're just getting depressed because it's not happening. Saying that this shit is just a bunch of crap. And I can hear all your complaining. And your ego is easing God out. So be really careful with that. The Hermit energy and the upside down King of Wands. Okay? So going within and the King of Wands in reverse. Okay? Now we're going to take another little reading here. We have the Three of Wands. Waiting for results. Yeah, that's why. You keep hearing that this is going to happen tomorrow, and this is going to happen on the 15th, and this is going to happen on the 1st, and you believe this stuff, and then you get disappointed when it doesn't happen. So Seraphine had a good analogy. She said, the tide comes in and grabs a bunch of stuff, and then the tide goes out. But when the tide comes back in, it's different water and different stuff. So if you can take that analogy and use it towards what I'm trying to say they want you to do, they want you to let go of the old stuff, let the tide come in, go within the Hermit card, and then let it go. Let it go out and let it bring in new. I told you yesterday, everything needs to get changed up. Our routine, the things we wear, you might want to change up your outfits, jewelry. I have my jewelry on again. Different timing. Now, instead of being in the dark, I'm being in the sunshine. I'm giving you videos from outside, from the store, instead of every day, dark in the house. Okay, I go by what the Spirit says. So Seraphine is from Chosen Chronicles, and that's a good analogy. With the tide comes in, it brings a bunch of stuff. It's water and debris, and you take it in, and then the tide goes out, and you get rid of the stuff you don't want, the stuff you don't need, the old belief system. Change up your patterns. Instead of riding your bike every day at noon, maybe ride your bike at 9 a.m. Change it all up. Okay? Change what you wear. Change what you watch. Keep watching Miss Mystic, because she's doing the changes for you. As I said, we're all in sunshine today, and we're usually in dark, right? Okay, that's not a bad dark. It's just the dark before the dawn dark. It's not dark as in evil or dark. Okay, opportunities are awaiting with this Three of Wands, and the Seven of Cups follows it, because you're really confused. I can feel your confusion. You guys are just like, what the fuck should I do? You know, I need money and the RV ain't here. I want love. I want this. I want that. I want this new job. I want. And you're just so confused. That's where they're saying, leave it happen. The title of this is Leave It Happen, right? Okay, so it's hard to do. And I said, how do you do it? By being the king of questing, by being creative, by wearing different outfits, by doing things at different times, okay? You have many, many, many choices. Okay, Seven of Cups. And of course, ask God and you shall receive. That's where I said you guys are playing too much of the King of Wands and you're letting your ego run the show instead of God. Okay? And then we have unlimited possibilities manifest. What did I just show you with the grass and that palm tree, whatever it's called, whatever kind of tree it is, that thing was dead. He was going to take out the stump, and he is an expert at many things, and he would not have said, it's dead, I'm going to take out the trunk, if it was just in a molting stage or whatever stage that is where the plants go dead and then they come back. No, this baby was dead for like a couple years and came back to life. And I've told you that story before because it just amazes me how we can manifest anything. Unlimited possibilities. Having cement grass and now being able to have grass. I was on a lawnmower in Alabama and cutting a whole like hour or two of grass. And then I come back here to concrete. And I'm like, boy, it'd be nice to have a little grass. And the cats love to eat it too, you know. It's their natural catnip. So look at what happened. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so Three of Cups energy is after that. We've got friendships and soul contracts, communication, third party, friendships. That's another thing I'm hearing is that you don't have your soul family. You only have YouTube to talk to. So you're like, that's why I'm on there all the time because I don't have nobody to talk to. Well, if you'd sit outside, I have neighbors that come by all the time, and I have a whole community that I could play with, talk with, but they're not on the same level. So, right, that's hard because who wants to just talk about plants and the weather and dogs, right? We want to talk about spaceships and dimensions. At least I do, right? And music. And I can't talk to any of them about any of that. So, yeah, so it'd be nice to have more people to talk to. So let's try to get connected. Is there anybody out there close to Hemet? Let's get together. Let's go for lunch. Let's not go for lunch. Let's go for sitting in the room talking about spaceships all day. All right, that's the kind of energy I'm getting off that Three of Cups. And then I got balance leads to contentment. So what's that all about? Well, again, I can't keep doing the same thing every day. We've got to change things up. We've got to just let things happen. Quit listening to everything. If something's going to happen, let's say you're going to get a Zim appointment or something that you want, that new job or that new love, it's just going to happen. You sitting around worrying about it or trying to over manifest it is just delaying it. I like the analogy that Steve uses about the waitress. When you put in your order to the waitress, you just let her go do her job and you don't keep asking her, did you get my order? Is the cook cooking my order? Did you get my order? Well, I suppose if it takes too long, you might ask. Okay, so you ask the universe, what's going on? That's a song by Three Non-Blondes. Excellent song, What's Going On? And you go, but then that's it. Then leave it alone. Because if you keep bugging her and the cook are probably going to just spit in your food and take longer. Okay, so balance leads to contentment. And then the past is past. So you learned your lesson. But I've been doing these videos and I have more than once told you to change up your routine, wear different things, say different things, do different things. Have you done that? Well, then you should have learned that it worked. It got you out of a stuck point. It got you to your next level. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep going up, up, up the ladder. Just like at a job when you get really sick of the same position every day and then you say, I want to go to the next position. I remember getting hired at a place and the first question was, is there room for advancement? Because I'm starting out here at the bottom. And it wasn't only my question, it seemed to be everybody that got hired asked the same question. Is there room for improvement? Is there room for improvement? Absolutely. But you have to learn from your past. Okay, and then we're probably going to wrap it up with the Two of Wands, because this Two of Wands card is a planning stage, courageous and daring, lots of possibilities. It's going back to that Seven of Cups. and it's an activation. So if you've been following this stuff with Seraphine, Chosen Chronicles, the Galactics, okay, us aliens, right? Then you know you're being big time activated. So things have to change. You can't be doing the same things you were doing when you're in a higher, better ranking assignment. Okay? So get out there and do stuff different. If you're listening, you might want to read. I do a lot of reading the transcripts. Okay, you guys, I am Miss Mystic in the sunshine. Gonna enjoy the day. I love you. Thank you for listening.